What up, everyone? I'm Heatfire, and there's this situation that's been talked about for the last week already. It's the Austin Metcalf and the Karmelo Anthony situation. Um, a lot of people are talking about it, so I just decided that I would talk about it too, just because it's a main topic right now in mainstream media, and it's got a lot of people upset. So I just figured I just want to talk about it. But if this is your first time to my channel, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will go ahead and give my thoughts and opinions on the situation. I won't be reading any articles. I'll just be giving my thoughts and opinions. So with that being said, let's get it. All right, so here is the full police reports. I don't have to go into the whole details. I'm pretty sure you all know what's going on with it. I will say I did find it rather strange that Karmelo was actually booked inside of an adult jail instead of a juvenile jail. But that's just something I'm looking at, and it's like, alright, he should have been booked inside of a juvenile jail instead of an adult jail. But okay. Alright, so as we already know with the story, it's raining, and Karmelo goes underneath a tent that doesn't belong to him or his team, right? We don't know why he was there, but he was there. It was not his school. I'm pretty much thinking that he belonged to a different school. Okay, so he doesn't belong to that particular school. Okay, but he's there. And he's on the visitor side, which is where the incident happened. So he's on the visitor side, and he's underneath the tent. It's raining. He's the only person there who has the skin complexion that he has. The reason why I say this is because if there were other people who had his same skin complexion, I can guarantee that Austin would be alive today. So the only narrative that I can see happening is that Karmelo felt threatened, and I'm a black person myself, so the position I'm taking on this is when somebody's coming at you with hatred in their heart, and they look at you as you are less than. That's the only situation I can see this happening in, because it says that Austin grabbed his book bag, right? Or he pushed him, or the other. Karmelo was like, hey man, keep your hands off me. And he pressed him again. And that's when he got stabbed. Now, I will say this. My take, it's not going to be popular, but I'm looking at it objectively, okay? I'm looking at it through the lens of a black man because I'm black. All right, I've been racially profiled before. It still happens till this day. I know what those feelings feel like. It doesn't feel nice, okay? It makes you feel less than a person, all right? And that's not cool. Now, does this warrant for someone to be killed over? No, it does not. Should have Karmelo not had a knife on him to begin with? Yes, I will say that. Does this fall underneath the stand your ground situation? Well, yes, because Austin did put his hands on him, and I'm sure he had something racist to say. I'm pretty sure he did. Alright, so here's what the father is saying. Check this out.
And he'll never come home again. I want to clarify something right off the start, because I've already heard some rumors and some gossip. This was not a race thing, and this is not a political thing. Please do not comment if you do not know what happened.
Now, I'm just going to go ahead and stop you right there, because I'm going to talk about it. It's been talked about already, and it's causing more racial divide in this country. We're supposed to be helping mend it, not racially suspended. Yeah, I'll just say that. Okay, it rhymed. Okay. We definitely need to do something about the situation.
Do not turn this into a racial thing. It was not. Do not politicize this. It's not. This is a human being thing. This person made a bad choice, and it affected both his family and my family forever. It's a very unfortunate thing, But I know exactly what was happening. His brother was there who tried to save him, and he died in his arms.
There has to be this thing where if you're a white person, you have to get your ancestors' greed and your ancestors' hatred out of your mind and out of your heart. The reason why I say that is because, again, Karmelo had to have been the only black person underneath that tent that looked the way that he did. Austin felt it was okay for him to go over there and put his hands on him. And it is not okay to put your hands on anyone. You don't do that, okay? That's what I'm most upset about than the stabbing itself. All this could have been avoided altogether, okay? All of it could have been avoided altogether. I'm looking at the domino, the one that fell down first that caused the effect and the ripple. That's what we have today. The domino that fell down first was Austin. Period. End of discussion right there, okay? We already have the person who started it. And that same person is dead, okay? He would have been alive had he kept his hands to himself. And like I said, I'm sure he was asserting his, white privilege, demeanor upon Karmelo. He pushed him. He pushed him out into the rain where he's trying to get dry. He physically went and he moved him. All right, you don't do that. I've heard different stories of Karmelo saying that his backpack was emptied and his cell phone was broken and his stuff was thrown around. I didn't find any articles on that, right? But his words were, "Don't touch me again," or something like that, or touch me, find out what happens, and and Austin touched him, and then he found out. Now, the father did have something else to say. He's saying that he knows what happened. Check it out.
Each individual high schools had like their own little tents to go sit under, and they were sitting under the Memorial High School tent. Mm-hmm. The individual was saying some words, and they turned to him and said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm Mello." And he said, and he had a Centennial track sweat on. He said, "Hey man, you're in the wrong spot. You need to go sit with your team." Words were then exchanged. I'm not going to get into the exact details. I know what my son told me, but they asked him to move, and when Austin grabbed his backpack to move, take it, he stabbed him in the chest and killed him.
Now, what I will say is he does not know for certain what happened because he was not there, but the twin brother was there, right? And here's what I know a thing or two about brothers. If you're having an altercation with someone, your brother is not gonna be far shot of you. It's just not gonna happen. Your brother is going to be within 7 feet of you at all times. This is a blood brother we're talking about. We're talking about a family member. So the only thing I can see in my mind going on with the situation is Austin, he took it upon himself to bully Karmelo, and his brother Hunter was there assisting it. That's the only thing I can think, because Hunter says that he whipped his head around, right? And in order for you to whip your head around, that means you were talking to someone. So when I play the situation out in my head, Karmelo shows up, Austin gets into it with him, and then pushes him out the tent, and Hunter is laughing, ha ha he he. Karmelo's like, "Hey, don't touch me again, find out what happens. Touch me again, do it again, find out what happened." And the only thing I can think is, Hunter's like looking at his friends, ha 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 he he, check this guy out, ha ha. He says he whipped his head around, right? And by that time already, he was already stabbed, man. His brother was already stabbed. It's game over right there. And as brothers, like I said, you're not gonna be far from each other. It's just not gonna happen. You're gonna be close. You're gonna be within 7 feet if anything. Especially if there's an altercation going on. You're not gonna let your brother get in an altercation by himself. That doesn't make any sense. So I know that they're lying. Right? The father and the son. I know that they're lying about the situation. They have to be. The only thing I can go off of right here is that it was racially motivated through skin color. And that's the only thing I can go off of because, like I said, he had to have been the only person there with his skin complexion. Because of Austin, if he would have saw other people there, no, man, no. I mean, I'm just trying to put the math together to make it add up in my head, and that's the only equation that I can see that fits. He was being bullied, and he felt that his life was threatened. And he stabbed. Yeah, he stabbed this guy. Like I said, it doesn't warrant for someone to be stabbed. I'm more pissed off about the situation because that guy Austin, he would have still been alive today had he not put his hands on Karmelo. You see, in nature, we have these things called warnings for a reason, right? So take the rattlesnake, for instance. The rattlesnake will start rattling his tail, right? It's letting you know, you better back up because you're about to get it, right? I mean, this is just a nature thing. You have to be wise and take threats serious. Don't put your hands on me, man. That's a threat. You gotta take that serious. And to begin with, you shouldn't be putting your hands on anybody. Keep your hands to yourself. Period. I don't care what race you are, okay? I'm not a racist person. I love all races of people. I don't care. I rock with who rocks with me, okay? I'm just looking at it for what it is. That's the only thing I can look at it for what it is. Every other thing, like, oh, it's not racially motivated. It is. The news is spinning it, and they're putting it inside of everyone's face so people can talk about it. Just like I'm talking about it right now. And as you can see right now, Karmelo, he's got a fundraiser, right? Damn. I mean, this fundraiser, I got a lot of money, right? People, they really want to help him. So far, what is that? $360,000. His goal is $450,000. That's a lot of money. But people are donating, and they're still donating. And if you look at the comments section, they're right on it. It hasn't got shut down. Reports said that it was shut down, but no, it's not shut down. It is actually still going. He's going to need himself a good defense attorney. A lot of people are disgusted and sick that this guy is actually getting a GoFundMe. And what I can say is this, all right? He did kill someone, right? He is going to need a defense attorney. His family's not going to have that money like that, okay? And I've never in my day, what I can say in my day, I haven't in my day seen a situation, anything remotely like this, where black people actually got together and supported a cause, right or wrong, right? People are tribalists at the end of the day. We're nationalists and we're tribalists. Mexicans rock with Mexicans, Asians rock with Asians, whites with whites, black with blacks. It goes on and on and on. We're tribalists, and people are going to look at this, like I said, and say, oh, this is disgusting. People are actually donating to this cause. But black people are unifying with it. Unification is a healthy thing. It sucks and it's sad that it had to come to this for that to happen. For a death to occur. Right? And we're just gonna have to see how this plays out in court. Does the stand your ground count only for people who don't look melanated? Because like I said, I've experienced racism, and it's not cool. It is a threat. It's hostile off top. It comes off hostile off top. So I can't deny him that he didn't feel threatened. I can't deny him that. And I can only look at it, that he was defending himself. Should he had not brought the knife, he should not have. But he did. Should he had not stabbed Austin, he should had not, but he did. Should Austin had not put his hands on him, he should have not, but he did. And here we are today. This whole thing is going to cause a ripple effect. Okay, it's going to cause a ripple. And black people in this country, we've already known since the beginning of this history. This history is, it's what, 400 years? 400, 500 years? And we've never gotten a fair shake on anything. So does the stand your ground law only apply to those people who don't look like us? We will see. We're going to find out. We're definitely going to find out. If he gets committed, of this charge as a murderer, yeah, I can definitely see an uproar. Definitely see an uproar. It's one of those things where it's good for me and not for thee. And I mean, are we American or are we not? Are we free or are we not? Do we have a place in this world or do we don't? Everywhere we go, people look at us with hate. That's why I believe Jesus had to have been a black man. Because the black race is the only race on this earth who gets the hate that they get. No other race gets the same hate that no other race gets it. Just the black race. That's it. Jesus has to be a black man. That's all I'm saying. Hey, there's hate there. See what they did to him. But that was his purpose anyway for that. I digress. Listen, you guys. Killing is wrong. It shouldn't have happened. And I pray for the Metcalf family, Metcalf family. Yeah, it's a sad situation. I pray for Karmelo. God be with him also. I don't agree with what happened. I really don't agree with what happened. But I have to rock with the scenario that he was definitely being threatened. And like I said, I can't deny him that he was being threatened. And yeah, as a tribalist, I do care for my people. I love my people. Gotta go with him on this one. What he did was wrong. But gotta go with him on this one at the end of the day, period. So yeah, that's my take on this, you guys. Like I said, it might not be a popular one, but that's my take nonetheless. So anyways, yeah, if you're new to my channel, please be sure to like, share, comments, and subscribe. I will catch you guys next time. Late.